Brian, looks like we have quorum. Are we good to go?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members of the street committee. This meeting is now called to order at 1:01 p.m. Please state your name when making a comment or asking a question. We will now begin the meeting with a roll call of all members. Brian?
Thank you, Chair. I will call names by organization in alphabetical order. Raquel Schatz, City of Apache Junction.
Present.
Thank you. Steve O'Brien, ADOT.
Here.
Thank you. Raj Thowdam, Avondale. John Willett, Buckeye. John McFarland, Chandler.
Here.
Thank you. Jennifer Cunha, Federal Highway Administration.
Present.
Thank you. Christopher Salas, Florence. Town of Florence. Aaron Pinkerton for Gilbert. Brian Harville, Goodyear.
Present.
Thank you. Jack Lorbeer, Glendale.
Present.
Thank you. Keith Dranowski, Litchfield Park.
Present.
Thank you. Eduardo Rodales, City of Maricopa. Angela Macaluso, McDOT.
Present.
Thank you. Sabina King, Mesa. Robert DeSerrano, Paradise Valley. Charles Andrews, Peoria.
Here.
Thank you. Leticia Vargas, City of Phoenix. John Kraft for Pinell County.
Here.
Thank you. Brad Novacek, Town of Queen Creek.
Present.
Thank you. Jennifer Jack, Salt River Pima, Maricopa Indian Community. Nathan Domi, Scottsdale.
Present.
Thank you. Corey Steely, Tempe.
Present.
Thank you. Gabriel Elias, Tolleson.
Here.
Thank you. Grant Anderson, Youngtown. And Jonathan Fuchs, Surprise. Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Our next item is a call to the audience. MAG provides the opportunity for the public to comment on items that fall under MAG's jurisdiction that are not on the agenda, informational items, or items on the agenda for discussion and not for action. Members of the public are invited to submit written comments via the MAG website. Any comments received 2 hours prior to the meeting have been shared with committee members in advance of the meeting for the consideration and will be included in the formal meeting minutes. Staff, have we received any online written comments for the call to the audience?
Thank you, Chair. We have received no online written comments for the call to the audience.
Thank you. Agenda item number 3 is the MAG staff report. This item is on the agenda for information and will be presented by Velvet Matthew, Freeway Engineering Program Manager. Velvet?
Thank you, Chair Christo and members of the Street Committee. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. I have a few items to mention. First, I'd like to welcome 3 new members to the Street Committee. Robert DeSerrano will be representing the town of Paradise Valley. Jonathan Fuchs will be representing the city of Surprise. And last but not least, Jack Lorbeer will be representing the city of Glendale. Thank you all for joining the committee. We look forward to working with you. Secondly, just want to give a programming update. The fiscal year 25 closeout process is underway. Notices were sent out on October 14th. And requests are due this Thursday, the 14th at 5 p.m. Closeout funding requests mainly cover shortfalls for fiscal year 25 projects, but can also be for advancements from fiscal year 26 to 25 and also potentially funding design in right-of-way phases with federal funding. So just a reminder on that. Next, another reminder, the MAG staff are coming out and visiting member agencies right now. Wendy Miller, the MAG TIP program manager, is coordinating those visits. So if you haven't, please respond with Wendy. Those meetings give us an opportunity to talk about your current year projects as well as upcoming projects. And lastly, just wanted to remind everybody about an email I sent out back on September 16th. The MAG Transportation Data Group is requesting any traffic count data that was collected during the 2024 calendar year. I just wanted to remind you that the submission deadline is Friday, December the 13th. Friday the 13th. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or the traffic count email address, which is trafficcount@azmag.gov. And with that, Mr. Chair, that completes my report.
Thank you, Velvet. If members have any questions, please contact Velvet after the meeting. Agenda item number 4 is the approval of the October 8th meeting minutes. Do any members have any comments or questions about the October 8th meeting minutes? Hearing none, prior to approval of the meeting minutes, there is an opportunity for members of the public to comment. Staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Thank you, Chair. We've received no online written comments for this agenda item.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve agenda item number 4? Please state your name and agency.
This is Angela Macaluso. Oh,
Go ahead, Angela.
this is Angela Macaluso from MCDOT. So approved.
This is Brad
Can I get a
Novacek
second?
from Brad Novacek, Town of Queen Creek, second.
Thank you. We will have those participating in the meeting take part in a voice vote by turning on their cameras and unmuting their audio. We need to see the faces of everyone to participate in the voice vote. For those who cannot or do not want to turn on their cameras, staff will conduct a roll call vote. Staff will only call on those virtual participants who did not turn on their camera. Members, please leave your cameras on until after the roll call vote so that staff can count the people's names whose cameras are not on. So do that at this time. Okay, can I have a voice vote? Those in favor say aye.
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 And Ryan, let me know when you're ready to move on to the nays.
Thank you, Chair. Go ahead.
And those opposed say nay. Okay, members, please leave your cameras on, and staff, can you take roll call of the members who did not turn on their camera?
Thank you, Chair. Jack Lorbier.
I abstain.
All right. Charles Andrews.
Aye.
Angela Macaluso.
Aye.
John Willett. And John, I don't know if you have your voice muted, but we can't hear your response.
Aye. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm getting messed up.
Thank you, Chair. The motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 5, the Regional Competitive Program, September 2024 Call for Projects, Fiscal Year 26, 27, and 28 Paving Unpaved Roads. This item is on the agenda for information and discussion and will be presented by Wendy Miller, Transportation Improvement Program Manager. Wendy?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the Streets Committee. This is the overview of the Regional Competitive Program Call for Projects for the fiscal year 26 through 28 Paving Unpaved Roads. Next slide, please. The applications can be found on the MAGTIP website, listed under the Call for Projects section, and select the current opportunities selection. The Call for Projects was sent out to members of the Street Committee on September 16th. Applications were due on October 17th, and 12 eligible applications were received by the deadline. Just as a recap, there is just under $15 million available for all 3 fiscal years. Next slide, please. And just a recap of the funding available by fiscal year that totals up to the 14.95 million. Next slide, please. The overall schedule, again, the applications were released September 16th. We held an application workshop on the 26th, and the applications were due October 17th and available for the street committee review on the 24th. And today is the November 12th review. And then in December, this is going to the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee for priority listing recommendation. And then in January, on the 23rd, it will go to the Transportation Review Committee. And then in February, it will go to Management Committee, Transportation Policy, and then wrapping up February 26th for Regional Council review and possible approval. Next slide, please. This is just an overview of the agency applications, the 12 that submitted. Buckeye, 2 from Chandler, Cave Creek, Glendale, 3 from Phoenix, and 4 from Salt River Pima Indian Community. Next slide, please. Just going to give you a quick run through of all the projects. Buckeye had 4 segments requested, all alleyways between Miller and 1st, 3rd and 4th, and 5th and 6th streets. Next slide, please. The first of the Chandler projects requested 10.17 miles of alleyways, replacing the existing surface to a dirt surface with asphalt millings. Next slide, please. The second project for Chandler, an additional 4 segments with the same surface changes. Total of 3, 4, 5, 6+ miles. Next slide, please. Cave Creek is the next request, had 3 segments, maintaining 3 FEMA grade crossings, sorry about that, 54th Street and Spur Cross Road. Next slide, please. So I just wanted to note that Glendale had submitted an updated application, and so there has been a reduction in the amount that they requested by about $150,000. So just pointing that out, there's 5 requests, 5 segments, total of 1.11 miles of paving, primarily alleyways, to be cleaned, graded, and paved. Next slide, please. The first of the 3 Phoenix applications, 18 segments, total of almost 35 miles of alleys to pave, to do clear, grubbing, and subgrade preparation, and then application of the aggregate surface treatment. Next slide, please. Just the additional 15 segments, 39.3 miles of alleyways. And next slide, please. The third project includes 18 segments, just under 38 miles, 38 miles of alleys with the same surface treatment. And then this is from the first project from Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community, half a mile long, Palm Lane to Horn, from Horn to Stapley Drive, paving of a rural road requiring relocation of irrigation canal, overhead power lines, and a private structure. And local funds are being used to install a water line. Next slide, please. 3 segments, a total of 0.31 miles, paving of a rural road, relocating power lines, and again, local funds used for the water line. The next project is paving Date from Oak Street to Virginia Avenue. Total of 0.25, oh, sorry, next slide, please. Total of 0.25 miles, paving of a rural road, and again, local funds being used for a water line. And the final project, next slide, paving Earl Drive from 92nd Street to Dobson, a total of a half a mile. Paving of a rural road, relocating an irrigation canal, and crossing at Dobson. And again, new fund or local funds used for a new water line. And that is the list of projects available for any questions, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Wendy. Do any members have any questions or comments for Wendy? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Agenda item number 6 is the request for future agenda items. Are there any requests from the membership for an item on a future agenda? Hearing and seeing none. Agenda item number 7, comments from the committee. Are there any comments or announcements from the membership? Hearing none, seeing none. That allows us to adjourn. The next meeting of the street committee will be on Tuesday, December 10th, 2024 at 1 p.m. With no further business, today's meeting is adjourned at 1:16 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.